Hello, are you out there? This is Mark with Redo Over, where I use my computer to do stuff on computers that I've done before, play video games, a little bit of programming, just kind of bullshit in general. This is how I kill my time. Master of Orion. Now, I kind of cut my teeth on Master of Orion 2, the old game, the old school, like 1992, 94, I don't know, Microprose, way back. Great game. I have played the hell out of that game. I have played thousands, multiple thousands of hours. I've played it through 100+ times. Every strategy, everything. This is the modern take on it. I'm not even exactly sure when this came out. Maybe 3, 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. I don't know. It's a good game. This Master of Orion I like a lot because it kept a lot of the flavor of the Master of Orion 2 game, which was the best of all the Master of Orions. There was Master of Orion, Master of Orion 2, Master of Orion 3, which wasn't that great, and Master of Orion, the original, was a little, it was a good game, but it wasn't as good. But Master of Orion 2 was the perfect one. This is the clone of that, but modernized and different enough to make it cool. But yeah, let's do it. Single player game. It's just beautifully done. It's got good sound. Let's do new game. You could play with other folks, continue an old game, quick match. You can load in some mods. This will replace default game. Okay. So I'll probably do these out in like 30-minute chunks. Stop the video, redo the video. Do my face. Jeez, I don't even know how to do this where you guys can be able to see me, but I'll have to be moving my face all around. Don't sweat it. So here we go. These are the basic races. Now, I did get one of the bonus packs that got me the Nolim, League, the Trilarian Shoal, and the Illyrian fiefdom. I mean, I know the game. I know the stuff. So the basic races you start with are the Alkari, the Bulrathi, the Darlock, the Human, the Klakon, the Meklar, the Martian, Cylon, Sakra, Silicoid. The one I don't have is the Terran Alliance. To get that, you need Collector's Edition. It was like the real expensive, not real expensive, but it was just more. And I wasn't going to do it just to get the Terrans. Terrans are supposed to be like mirror universe humans. Think like Star Trek, the old Star Trek, with Kirk and Spock and the reverse version of them. And Spock has like a mustache, so he's evil, at any rate. So there's a lot of ways to do it. Each race has their own leader, or species, not race. Species has a leader. Yeah, the storylines run pretty similar, but the dialogue's different and the feel's different. So you can replay through the game at least, 12, 13 times, no problem, with all the different races just to see what they have. Although most of the technology, most all of it is identical in terms of that, but just the dialogue and the helpers and things like that, it's kind of fun to get through. The personalities of the leaders. You can do a custom race, which is what this is down here. This is essentially kind of the main breakdown of the game. There's two big parts. There's your racial trait features here, and I gotta shrink myself down here a bit. And there's all the technologies that you develop. Now, everyone has pretty much equal access to the technologies you develop, but they'll develop at different rates. So, for instance, I could choose. I'm going to go into probably what all the races are, maybe in some short videos. So, I might break down what it is to be a Cylon, what it is to be a Klakon. No point in me just plowing through all that in a 30-minute boring video. Let's get a race selected. We'll get out there. We'll play it. I always like doing custom ones. So for my first playthrough, should I just choose something and play to the strengths and weaknesses? I don't even know. I haven't thought about it that much. Really, it's just trying to give you guys a chance to see this. What race would I choose if I was going to choose a race? The Meklar, the Human? Let's just do Human. If I'm going to do a generic playthrough, I'll do a Human. You guys can relate to it.
Resources on their home planet of Earth, humanity finally came together to form a consolidated government. replacing the many nations once dotting its political landscape.
Okay.
This new government
So
brought
there's a lot of
unification
spoken stuff, which
to
is
the
nice. You
long-held
actually can get.
distinctions based on race,
I'm
color,
interrupting the guy.
creed, and gender. Humanity thrived and at long last
Reach for the
stars.
stars.
Now, out of the solar system, the human republic arises.
All right. Okay, there you go. So that was a little custom blurb for the humans. Now, right here, you've got your guy. You can, sort of turn him. It's kind of cool. Over here, though, these are the traits, though. Diplomat. You start out with one government technology pre-discovered, so that'll be something like not a research facility, but probably the civic building of some sort. Plus 5% morale out of 100%, so that's not bad. A little bonus. Charismatic. You get diplomacy, improved negotiations, so this race has a higher chance of others accepting deals. And diplomacy, improved disposition. Positive actions have better diplomatic consequences. Negative actions have softer diplomatic consequences. So disposition means that people are more. When you make deals or you break deals, it benefits you more. Traders. This means economic trading. We use BC, which is billion credits. It's like galacto credits, so the BC is the currency in the game. We're trade treaty bonus. We get a 25% credit increase from trade treaties, so we're going to want to negotiate with alien species and do treaties with them to increase trade. We'll get a bigger benefit than they will out of it, so it's better for us. In trade good bonus, so if we ever have an economy, one of our colonies dump money into just making trade goods, they won't build a structure or battleship. They'll just make money through their trade policies. So we get a 25% bonus on that. And finally, security is minus 20%. The idea is that the humans are very diverse, democratic, liberal-minded. Therefore, they're not as draconian in their political apparatus. Their agents aren't as nasty, So let's just choose it. We'll hit next. So for the sake of not going too crazy here, galaxy size, small, medium, large, huge. Let's do a medium galaxy. We have several types. Circle, spiral, cluster. So circle kind of means everything is interconnected with everything else. Spiral means you've got like sort of groups that are connected, but the individual spiral arms don't touch one another very well. In cluster means literally you have star clusters with 7 or 8 stars, and then they're kind of separated out. So it has to do with defensibility and interconnectivity. I like the spiral. It's a nice blend between cluster and circle. So you can have sort of a little bit of choke points, you have defensive, holding defensive positions. I like that. Age of the galaxy, I think that primarily relates to whether there are more organic rich worlds or more mineral-rich worlds, or average, which is a balance between them. So you have to farm, you have to gather minerals, you have to research, you have to make BC, galactic credits. It's kind of what you're producing. Technology is important, but it's not the end-all, be-all of this game. You can win even if you're behind in the technology race, if you can just outproduce your enemy in starships or whatever. So this is going to be like a very normal, quick, kind of concise game, and then we might eventually do like a huge galaxy, but if I can do a custom race and we can make it like really hard difficulty and really challenge ourselves. So planet density by star, each star has anywhere from 0 to 4 planets around it. We'll leave that at normal. Starting age, you can do pre-warp, meaning you don't even know how to make spaceships yet, to to advanced, which means you have many of the technologies developed. So this would be if you want to just get into a quick battleship game where you're just making cool ships and you're sending them out and fighting, just testing stuff out. Advanced would be a great way to go because you could just jump right into shipbuilding. Let's just go post-warp. That just means we've invented faster than light travel, but we haven't gone out to explore the galaxy yet. Difficulty level, normal. Let's do hard. I'm pretty good at the game. I'll do hard. And then if we ever come back and do like the big blown out, custom species, we'll do probably the very hard. I'm not going to do extreme though. Extreme runs are the enemy species, the alien species, not enemy necessarily, alien species, have bonuses on everything. So there is no weakness. Like, whereas before, like one race might be slow growing or the other race might have a detriment to research. When you're extreme, all those things are just overrun. Every dial set to maximum. So it's kind of a luck game, and it's less fun because the only real strategies then are to expand as fast as possible. Just, colony ship, colony ship, colony ship. You're just trying to outpopulate the galaxy ahead of everyone else, which is always a good strategy, but it's a little boring. So, AI opponents, you can have 1 through 5 on this size galaxy. If we played a huge galaxy, we could have up to 7 or 8 alien opponents. But for the sake of a medium galaxy, there'll be the 5 aliens and us, so 6 total. So it'll be pretty crowded. It'll be pretty comfy. Game pace, classic. Sure. You can have lightning, quick games, classic, up to colossal, meaning very slow games. Take a long time to play. Everything's slowed down. You can do custom as well. But then let's jump down to advanced setting. Big Bang, that's just a seed, random galaxy seeds. Doesn't matter what you start at, but you can always get the same planetary and stellar setup if you write down your seed, so you can replay the same galaxy over and over with different strategies. So cool thing. I never mess with that. But here in the advanced settings, we do want random events. So this will be things like space hurricanes and earthquakes, destroying a building, that kind of stuff. Pirates, sure, why not? We like space pirates. Who doesn't? Monsters, yeah. Space dragons, yeah. Minor civilizations, yeah. This is all fun stuff. Allow racial traits, yes. If we didn't do that, then if we didn't do racial traits, gosh, I think maybe that's special behaviors they have. That's not very clearly defined in my opinion. I don't ever turn it off. Balanced starting conditions, yes, versus random starting conditions where anything could happen. It just means you're going to start on this good of a planet, and there'll be a certain number of good homes within a certain distance of you. Kind of makes an even starting line. That slider's bad. Timeline every turn. Research speed, production speed, population growth, you can adjust that. We'll leave that as the standard. The only thing I do want to change is I'm going to turn off the 500 turns. It means the game ends at 500 turns, and whoever's far enough ahead wins. I don't want to do that. We'll leave the diplomatic victory option open, technological, economic, and in Terran. Those are all the victory conditions. We'll leave those available just so you can kind of get a glimpse at everything possible. But other than that, you could choose the races specifically that you wanted to fight against. We'll leave it random, and we'll just hit start game. It's going to build our galaxy. We'll get started on the basics, and when this hits about 30 minutes, I'll stop it, and then we'll come back again. You can usually play through a medium game of this in 4-6 hours, so we'll make a 10 or a dozen episodes out of this or whatever. If we do another big galactic match, and I'm talking and explaining everything, it could take 20 hours. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if anyone wants to watch that much. Click any key to continue. Here we go.
The Human Republic. Fulfilling a dream once thought impossible, all of mankind has come together as a single world of traders and diplomats, explorers and scientists, pressing toward the final frontier. Venturing forth from their blue planet Earth,
each species has their own intro.
Explore space, discover ancient civilizations, and coexist peacefully with their neighbors from a position of strength and solidarity.
Each species has their own type of ships, and you can even choose like your frigates, battleships.
President, I am Victoria, your personal advisor. It is my job to help you manage our people's needs and keep you updated on what's happening on the furthest reaches of our dominion.
Thanks, Victoria. So that's our advisor. Each species has their own special alien advisor with their own language. We get this hot chick Victoria here, spelled like you would, Viktoriya, Victoria, and we'll hit OK. So this is kind of the, this is it. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if there's a good place for me to put a face. Here's what we got. Up here, our BC. These are our command points. Right now, our couple of ships take 4 of our 15 command points. You can have more ships. You can go like over 15 with your command points, but it gets extremely expensive on your income. Your BC will get hit really hard. So it's kind of like an economic balance. Security level right now is level 1. We have just kind of shitty security because we're humans. We have that minus 20%. And our research right now is at 7 total research per turn. Now, turn is 0 down here. Fleet needs orders. Oftentimes it won't let you advance a turn until you've taken care of any things that need addressing. So it's nice in that sense that it directs you pretty quickly to what you need to take care of. Up here at the top, Empire tab, Research tab, Diplomacy, Espionage, Leaders, Blueprints, Planets, Fleets, Path to Victory, and just the options. Now, many of these things you don't work with very often. So for instance, you don't jack around with blueprints so much, or you don't have to. Planets, fleets, Path to Victory, you don't need to get into that often. The Espionage tab, there's no reason to get into there yet because we haven't made a spy facility, but we will make it. So for right now, doesn't do anything, right? So to start off with, Empire, Research, Diplomacy, we don't know any aliens. Just us. So I can click on the different aliens and then I can see their traits and read over so I can learn about all the aliens. And it shows their treaties and stuff. So let's jump into, let's do the first thing. Fleet needs orders. So if I click on this.
Excuse me, President.
So it says exploration is paramount to our success. We're going to left click down here. So this is the whole fleet. And down here you see the colony ship, the scout, the frigate. So let's, we'll get to that in just a moment. We'll hit OK. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm going to go into options, audio. Turn that up just a touch. Turn the voices up a bit. Just so you can hear them talking. There's a little background music. I don't know if it matters. Now, I'm going to use my scroll wheel on my mouse to back out. So there's an intermediate view. This kind of shows the systems around me, and then I'm going to back out more. This is our galaxy. Each one of these bright points of light is a star with planets. So this is the medium galaxy, and I would say that there's maybe 60, 70 stars here. So let's zoom back into our section of space. So here's Sol Prime. This is our solar system. But look, we haven't even explored this planet yet. This is our planet, Sol Prime, and if I mouse over it, its size is medium. Biome is Terran with 4 out of 5 bars. I think 5 would be like a Gaia planet. Mineral classification is abundant, which is 3 out of 5. Size is medium, which is 3 out of 5. So this is a good planet. Normal gravity. There's low gravity, medium gravity, high gravity. Those are your 3 classifications. But yeah, let's scroll out a little bit. Let's click on our fleet, and let's go to one of our scouts. And I can tell the scout to fly. So I've clicked just that one scout. I'm going to send it right over to this planet. It's a gas giant. We will be able to harvest helium-3 gas off of that and make some money, some BCs. But let's go back to our fleet. Let's take our other scout, and we're going to click the Auto Explorer. It's just going to have this guy very simply just move from system to system, planet to planet, spreading out and exploring. And it takes a big load off of us having to do it ourselves. But let's take our other scout. It's already used its turn, but we can still set it to Auto Explore. And you can see it's going to kind of follow the same trajectory, but it will spread out from there. Actually, I don't want it to do that. I want it to come down here and explore this lone planet before it follows its buddy. So let's do that with it. Here, click it. And there you go. Nope. Let's take off Auto Explore. Click it again. Okay, it's not going to let us do it this turn. Oh, no, sorry, I had to right click. Not bad. Like I've never played this before. And then over here, our remaining ships is our frigate. That's for defense. That's our only defensive ship right now. And our colony ship. But we haven't found another good planet to colonize yet. So we're going to keep our colony ship just in orbit around Sol Prime. So Now let's go. Fleet needs order, so we're just going to tell this guy to guard for now. They're going to guard. They're going to hang out. We could have skipped a turn, but choose research. Okay, so it's telling me I haven't chosen a research, but I could go up to the beaker here and do the research beaker. That would also work. So choose research.
Our scientists are eager to start. What should we focus on?
Okay. So real quick, these are the starting technologies. There is a technology tree, and check this out. Yeah. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's a good amount. All of them do cool stuff. It's great fun. It's just a great game. So we're back here. So we got government. Remember, we got that because we're human democracy, whatever. So we got the government ones already invented for us. So let's just hit back. Okay. These are like second tier technologies. These are first tier because you see these are 8s. These are 16, so it kind of goes up like 32, 64. It gets more expensive. But to start off with, I would say like automated factory sounds really useful. The faster you can build, the better you are. So let's select it.
Terrific.
And up here I can tell this little clock is telling me it's going to take 8 turns to research that. So we're going to hit done. And the final thing is choose production. This is kind of the first video. I'm just giving you guys a quick breakdown. We have a single colony. We don't have any other worlds yet, but we haven't told it to make anything. They're just standing there with the thumbs up their butts. So let's hit choose production. It brings up my planet. Look, I have researchers, farmers, and engineers or miners, whatever you want to call them. But look, I can grab the guy and I can make him a farmer. See? So I could do no research and make nothing. I could make everyone a farmer. And look at what that did. It meant that my next population growth will come in 4 turns. I'll gain another human. So if I take a guy off, now look, it went to 5. I take another researcher off, it goes to 7. But look at how much the research changed. 55 turns to 14 turns. The reason I have any research is because I think this is my empire. So my capital, if I click on it, gives you 1 research, 1 food, 1 production to start with. That's what a capital building does. You can only have 1 of those. So it makes it a little easier to develop this world because you have that. But we don't want to let our research go stagnant. We don't want to let our production go stagnant. Let's see what we can produce. So I'm going to click this show queue box, and this will show us we can line up to 4 things in the queue, which is nice. Queue means line. In case you don't know that, I'm going to choose production. So to start off with, this is what I can make. I can make a scout ship, a missile base. Missile base is only in orbit around our planet. We don't really need it. We've got 2 scout ships. We've got a frigate. We've got 1 colony ship with no planet to send it to, so we don't need another colony ship yet. We have no space factory. I do want one. But I'll tell you what would be really handy is a research lab. This will give us +2 research every turn. It's kind of like having another scientist that's always working. It will cost 2 BC in maintenance every turn, though. So the more buildings we build, the more we have to maintain them. So you have to grow your economy kind of in line with your infrastructure and your fleet and your spies. Start building it. There we go. There it is now. 9 turns. This guy will build the research lab. This guy is going to be researching those automatic factories. It's going to take him 14 turns. Now, I could put it back to where we started. So this was an 8, 19, 6. It's not bad, right? But a big key to this game is population. So if I'm willing to wait a little bit for that research thing, I could drop him into farming, and that went from 19 to 10. So I'll get a new human a lot sooner, which I can then take that guy and put him back down here into production, kind of be back where we started. Let's try that. Let's try that. We'll hit done.
Excuse me.
She's just saying to advance the game, click next turn. So now that we've done everything that we need to do or we really can do, we'll hit next turn. We're about 24 minutes into this. She's giving us military advice. Before getting into combat, it's important to consider the enemy's strength and analyze possible outcomes. Okay, thanks. All those tips, by the way, that your advisor gives you, it only comes up once. So, you know, I usually recommend for every species listening through every tip at least one time, just because they're cool and unique. But what our advisor said is that this is a summary of the turn. During the universe's turn, meaning when it wasn't our turn, a pirate fleet was detected near Matar. So if I scroll out, aha. Look at this. Space pirate ships. 2 pirate raiders. They're not very tough. Or if I wanted that to come up, I could just click on this, and it would take me wherever in the galaxy the pop-up related to. So there it is. So I know that I want to be careful. My big concern would be that raider could come over here and destroy my scout. I don't like that. So I might take my frigate, and I'm going to send my frigate into this system as well to help defend my... Sorry, frigate, right-click. There we go. Frigate's on the way. I want to defend my scout. The frigate should be able to beat off those 2 pirate ships. That's it, though. So there's nothing else to do this turn. So turn 0 was the big turn I did last. This is turn 1. It's all done. I'm researching. My planet is building the lab. My guys are farming. You see it's now 9 turns to my next human, not 10. So I hit done. So the nice thing about this game is you can kind of speed along through parts of it. It doesn't take a whole huge long time. It scales up nicely, and it allows you to learn as you go. Let's just hit next turn. You can see my ships racing out towards their destination. I see the pirates are moving now as well. This guy's going to scout out this world. Oh, I see another pirate ship down here. Holy crap. This is a separate pirate fleet we just detected. And there's probably in orbit around this star. We don't even know where the planets are. We're picking up the EMF radiation, the electromagnetic frequency from its communications and its engines. We're able to see that from a far distance away. And then finally, a threatening fleet detected. Well, yeah, no shit, it's that guy there. But we know there's 2 pirate fleets out there at least now. So we'll just hit next turn. Okay, so there's 2 things going on. Our scout flew in and look, literally revealed this planet specifically. He flew right to it. She went into orbit, and now we see it's a Casa Prime, tiny world, tundra biome, which is 2 out of 5, not that great. Minerals are abundant, 3 out of 5, pretty good. Low gravity, which isn't as good. It's like not quite microgravity, but it's not really that good for our people. And dark quartz, which I think gives you extra production every turn if you colonize that world. Now, the other planet here is not exposed yet. But you see when our scout went here, they detected the solar system at distance. They don't really know what these planets are yet, but it's like long-range telescopes. Think of it that way. Like you're looking far off saying, oh, over there 10 light years is another solar system we want to investigate. And then this guy's closing in here. But here's our frigate. I'm still waiting for that pirate ship to show up, and I'm going to have that frigate jump on him, but we don't need to do that yet. Fleet needs orders. Okay, so he's just hanging here. I'm just going to have him skip a turn, because until I see the pirate ship, I don't know where I want him to go. To move to this warp point or to this planet takes a turn. So I don't want to just send him off over here, because then, you know, it's not going to help me out at all. Or not necessarily. So let's just hit next turn. 2 pirate fleets detected. Again, I have this pirate fleet down here. He's going to come from my scout. But here's the good news. Look, my scout actually detected a world. Huel Prime. It's a small, desert, abundant, normal gravity, dark quartz. That's not a bad world. But my scout is defenseless. No weapons. I'm going to bring the scout back to my soul system. Just keep him alive. The other pirate fleet, so he went from here to here. He's going to come around for us. So I'm going to move my frigate, I think, to here to intercept that pirate fleet. And this guy's going to close in on us here. It sucks to have pirates on 2 sides of us. I don't like that at all. And Niu discovered. Niu is this solar system. We just discovered it. So that's where we're going to sit for turn 5. I'm going to stop this video. If you watched this far, thank you. As I explain things over the course of this first video series of this first game playthrough, it'll take longer, but then get faster. So if we do more playthroughs, different strategies in the future, we're able to jump through the stages without all my explanation. This is kind of a tutorial for right now. So if you watch, thanks.